Today we're going to be taking a look at 40686 Trade Federation Troop Carrier. If you didn't know, this set is actually this year's May 4th LEGO Star Wars GWP, which means gift with purchase. So basically, there's only two ways to obtain this set. The first way is to be a LEGO Insider, which is free to sign up for, and go on LEGO's website or to an official LEGO store. It can't be anywhere else. And you have to spend at least $160 on just LEGO Star Wars sets, and by doing that, you will get this set for free as a gift with purchase. Oh, and not to mention, this only runs between May 1st and May 4th, so at the time of me recording this video, you only have about a day and a half left to do this. Or you can go ahead and buy it on the aftermarket, where it's already going for an average price of about $50. Now, do I think this is a good option for a GWP? No, not at all, but I'll talk about that more later. If you didn't know, this set is part of celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace with a 25th anniversary Phantom Menace logo at the top right of the box, as well as the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars with a 25th anniversary logo for that at the bottom of the box. Also, I know you guys have heard me say this time and time again, but man, this 25th anniversary box art just looks so good, especially on this set in particular. I think it's probably my favorite one. I love the green Naboo landscape combined with the brown droid carrier and then the metallic blue. It just all looks so nice together. But actually opening up the box and digging in on the inside, you're going to find 3 numbered bags, as well as a loose 2x14 plate and your instruction manual. And speaking of the instruction manual, on the front you're going to have a pretty cool render of the set, and then right on the inside you're going to have some artwork for the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, then jump straight into your building process. As for the minifigures go, first up here we have the battle droid pilots. There's not much to see here. These are the same battle droid pilots that we have been getting for quite a while. I'm pretty sure they were introduced in the early 2010s. And then on top of that, you're going to get 6 normal B1 battle droids. We all know what these look like. There's not a lot to see here, but hey, it's nice to get an army of them. Now here's the build itself, and it looks really good. It's an all brown, which I really like. It's sort of a nod to the original one from back in 2000 or 2001 maybe, I forgot. And then you're also going to get the printed 25th anniversary brick that has been coming in a lot of the sets recently. On the front right here, this guard piece can move up and down just a little bit, and there's also this sort of headlight on the left side that can also move up and down. And as you'd expect, you can grab both of your battle droid pilots and sit them in there right behind each other, and they do look really good up here in the front, sort of piloting the droid carrier. On the back here, as for the droid rack goes, the whole thing can actually slide out, and then here's what the remaining carrier looks like without the rack on it. Pretty bland, but it doesn't look bad. And if you're wondering how it works, as you can see here, there's just those green pieces on the edge of the droid rack that can just slide into the droid carrier. And speaking of those green pieces, I'm not sure why they're green. It's kind of random and doesn't look great when you actually slide the rack out, but hey, maybe that's just me. But the rest of the rack looks good, and you can actually fold the sides down like you see here. There's not really a use for this, but hey, you can do it if you want to. And then to load the actual battle droids, you just take them and fold them up into this position right here, and then you sit them on the sides of the rack. And then you can take their blasters and sit them on the front, right above that green part that I was just talking about, and then go ahead and slide your rack back onto the droid carrier. And I have to say, the droids do look sort of goofy in this position on the rack, but it doesn't bother me that much. But I did see a lot of people online talking about it. Although overall, I think it looks really good with the 2 pilots in the front and the droids in the back. It's a great little build. The only problem I have with the build itself is this gap right here between the guns and the actual front of the droid carrier. It just looks kind of weird to me, and also it kind of gives off the appearance that the droid rack is not fully slid into its position, even though it is. And also it causes for very slight sagging of the droid rack. It's extremely hard to notice, a very small nitpick on my end, but it's there. But overall, this set looks really good, and I would love to army build with it if it wasn't a GWP. And like I showed on the aftermarket, it's going for around $35 to $50, which is definitely a fair price. I think if LEGO released it, it would go for about $30, so $35 isn't terrible. But the bad thing is that the set has only been out for 2 days, so the price on the aftermarket is just gonna inevitably keep on going up, which really sucks because I really like this set, and I know there's a lot of people that aren't gonna be able to really get it with that $160 threshold or its price on the aftermarket, which is just unfortunate and why I don't think this was a good option for a GWP. And no, I'm not in any way saying that GWPs can't be good sets. I'm saying that they shouldn't be sets that sort of had high demands, because we've all been wanting LEGO to make Trade Federation stuff for forever, and they finally have in this set, and it's really good, although it's just locked behind this price wall that I don't think is really fair. I think a way better option for a GWP could have been some type of Duel of Fate set, and it also would have just fit the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace a lot better, or maybe even a set like the pod race diorama right here, although obviously scaled down to be around $30 or $40. But instead we got this set, which on its own, like I've said multiple times, is really good. I just don't think it's very fair for a set like this to be a GWP. I think it should have been something a bit more niche, like the pod race diorama, diorama or maybe like a Duel of Fate set. But GWP talk aside, the set itself is great. I'm gonna give it a 9.4 out of 10. Like I said, the only problem is that small gap between the rack and the front of the droid carrier. Everything else is great, and I really hope that you guys can get your hands on this set. That being said, let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you can see them on the screen right now.